Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Monday, November the 1st. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. Monthly open. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So, since we're starting the month off, let's start it off right. Make sure you have your risk management in place. Don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one particular trade. Simple formula to calculate your position size or stop loss. And let's have our brains or heads in the right place. No fear, no regret, so we don't have any pain. And let's have our money management in place. Let's remember to take our profit before the market takes it back, and it will. So let's take a look at the month. The month has just turned red in this hour. It was green on the pound dollar. You can see we're right now 8 pips below the monthly open. And ditto for the week and the day, since it's the first day of the month. You can see where we have a weekly pivot here. I think I went over the pivots in last night's video, and we still have some gaps that haven't been filled for the week. We're going to have, looks like, very interesting day today. It looks like the opening range for the week and month might be inside the opening range for the year. So that'll be very, very, very interesting. See how that plays out. And for those of you who didn't tune in last night, we've got the seasonality with price peaking in early November, and then it says price slides in the mid to late November. So let's see what kind of peak we get this week. Considering, I think we've got red news almost, let's see, I think we have some red news ADP on Wednesday. We've got NFP coming up Friday, and I think there's a couple other red news events out there. And so we take a look at the daily. We touched and actually got into the inside bar area for the weekly inside bar that happened 4 weeks ago. We're now 16 pips above that area. As you can see, we got out of the lower wick zone. Actually, we broke out to the bottom first, then to the top. Then it looks like we're right back in it once again. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Only 51 pips on the day so far. Only one pair over 100 pips. So it looks like we've got a slightly anemic day happening right now. And you can see here we did break out Friday's low. Looks like by about 26 pips or so. And right now we're coming out of the short zone. We've missed the daily pivot so far. Spread this chart out a bit. So we've just crashed through the 70. It just went right back up. And so we'll see what price wants to do for the rest of the day. Range is too low really to trade the rat zone. At least in my opinion, I like to see it around 60. But considering we've reduced the rat zone by about 25%. We might want to do the same to the range. So maybe instead of 60, maybe we should adjust it down to 50. And so right here, where do we have that? Min range. Let's adjust that to 50. So range is large enough now. Whoops. And usually we're about, like to use M15 or M5. So it's obvious, and it looks like green rats enjoyed some cheese, and now it looks like it might be the red rat's turn. And of course, on the first day of the month, the rat zones will be the weekly upper and lower and the monthly upper and lower. Well, not necessarily weekly, because if the month could start on a Friday or another day of the week, so that's not entirely true, but it is today. Okay, showing we haven't hit the weekly pivot, we haven't hit the daily pivot, but we have taken out the monthly pivot down here at 36.50. So far a missed pivot. There's a missed pivot here from last month, and another missed pivot from last month. On the daily, on the weekly, you can see so far this is the only missed pivot this year. So we'll see if we take out that pivot either sometime this week. Not sure when that will happen or if it'll happen. Okay, we're back into the lower wick zone on the daily. This is Friday's lower wick zone. And remember, price doesn't like staying in the wick zone. I should probably bring up that indicator once again. It's probably been a while since I've shown that particular indicator. And we're now 16 pips below the open, 17. And you can see here on the simple price action screen, we broke through the previous hour's low. We broke through the 70 on the Walmart trade. And for those of you, the order block gang, I see an order block right here. I saw one here, and I saw one here. And then there was I thought there was a sell block somewhere. Once again, showing the wick zone with the rat zone using TROHL5 indicator. And for those of you like trading using the ATR or average trading range, you can see we're now 15% below from the open to the close. We've gone minus 15% ATR. You can see we're 24 pips off the high. Now, and actually, let's see, we could probably change that for decimals. We want to get a more down to the point. See, we've had some nice hourly ranges here over the past 8 hours. There was a nice holo trade. It happened. You got actually 3 times to enter that holo trade here. 18 pips above at the moment. And just last hour, taking the there was a nice holo trade here too for the lowest or the highest open of the day. And I thought I would start throwing in an indicator on these videos because a lot of you have questions about indicators. So I thought I'd just start maybe going through some of the indicators I've written over the years. Some of them I haven't looked at in a while. So TRO 1, 2, 3 lines. And what this indicator does is show you the inputs there. One thing, you tell it how many bars to go back. This is an indicator I wrote a while ago, so it doesn't have any of the goodies like telling you how many pips you are away from the line in the boxes, and you can see the lines go all the way over to the right. So I probably wrote this indicator, what, 2008 or something? 2014. Maybe I updated it then. So here we have a higher low, lower low, higher low. So it puts a sock on it. And here we have a lower high, a higher high, a lower high. So it puts a cap on it. And then if you want to, if I remember correctly, no, this one doesn't have, you can turn off the lines. I might have to go in and do some updating on this indicator. But you can, these are basically turning points where prices turned based on price action of highs and lows. So right now we're looking at H4. How you use this in trading is, once again, when price comes to one of these lines, you trade with the candle color. So you can go all the way down to M1 if you like. And so you can see here, price hit the line. You could go long at the line, especially after a turn. So here, you can see it. Just as in this one, you can see price started to come down, hit the line. Good for a couple of pips. Of course, you can move up time frames. So you can see here, that would have been good for about 4 or 5. On M15, don't have any price action here, but off the top, almost corresponds to the highest open here, and there was a short opportunity. So you can also use this on the higher time frames to spot trading opportunities. So, fellow traders, I hope you had a happy Halloween, got lots of good candy in your bags, and maybe if you're trading, I hope you put a lot of pips in your bag. So feel free to ask questions about the indicators, and I can start to add them to the videos. And just remember, when you sit down at your trading platform, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.